Mackinac Island traffic, Skyhawk 809901 just departed runway 8. We've made our left turn to the north. We're going to depart the area VFR to the north toward the mainland, Mackinac Island.
November 80991, roger. You're cleared to the Charlie Yankee Alpha Mike Airport via direct. Maintain 5000, squawk 3620.
Ready?
Ready.
Ready?
Ready. Welcome to Canada.
It feels so different.
Yeah, the ground feels different.
Collingwood traffic, Skyhawk 809901, turning left base, runway 13, full stop, Collingwood.
There's Annie jumping up and down.
I'm Josh, a pilot and flight instructor who loves the sky, sharing it with those around me and using it to see the world from a new perspective. Flying can seem super complex, but I make it my mission to promote safe practices while enjoying the beauty this world has to offer. Subscribe to Climb into the Cockpit on future adventures. This is Aviation 101.
80991 New Orleans clearance, clear to the Foley Airport via as-filed. On departure, maintain 2,000 feet.
I'm going to set the altitude bug to 2,500, and we're going to step it down at or above 2,500 to Waccamaw.
Wow, look at how blue that is.
Gorgeous.
Minimums.
Autopilot off.
Anyways, we're gonna lock up the plane here and head into the FBO, pay our $10 landing fee, and await our horse and carriage. Welcome to Mackinac Island, Michigan. Welcome to Mackinac Island indeed. In part 4, Chelsea and I left Sheboygan, picked up our IFR clearance over the phone, and made the short hop over the water to Mackinac Island, Michigan. I've always been told that Mackinac Island should be at the top of my list for northern destinations in a general aviation aircraft. And after all these years, we finally made it happen. I don't really know how else to describe Mackinac Island except surreal and dreamlike. It's seriously like taking a stroll into a simpler time. No road noise, no gas engines, no exhaust. Just the sound of the breeze through the trees, bicycle bells, horseshoes on the pavement, and people enjoying the day. After a tandem bike ride around the entire perimeter of the island, hiking and exploring, we grabbed some ice cream cones, took a stroll through the woods back to the airport, and we're ready for the next part of this 5,000-mile adventure. Welcome to part 5. Today we will be crossing an international border in November 80991. It'll be my first time crossing a border in a general aviation aircraft, let alone doing it as pilot in command. Our final destination today is Collingwood, Ontario, home airport of our good friends Annie and Marcus. I met Annie through Instagram back in 2019, and we've since become great friends with her and her husband Marcus. And in that time, there's always been an open invite from them to come to Collingwood and hang out in rural Ontario. And given that Chelsea and I have never been to Canada, we are absolutely making it happen on this trip. All of our paperwork has been filed, and I just called Canadian Customs to notify them of our arrival. So our next step is to hop in the plane, depart, and pick up our IFR clearance in the air just like a normal IFR flight. You are required to be on some sort of a flight plan when you cross an international border. You can't just be on VFR flight following. IFR is my choice because I'm just used to it, and I like the extra guidance and watchful eye you get from air traffic control. That being said, a VFR flight plan is just as good in satisfying the requirement. You just have to activate it on departure, and don't forget to close it when you have arrived. ForeFlight makes that super easy these days because you can file either an IFR or VFR flight plan right from your phone or iPad provided you have internet access. And if it's a VFR flight plan, you can actually activate it or open it and close it right there from your iPad or phone, again, as long as you have internet access. Customs at the Collingwood Airport closes way before we'd be able to get there, so we're just going to hop up to Sault Ste. Marie to clear Canadian Customs there first, then we're free to fly around Canada at our leisure after that. We're ready to go. We're going to wear life jackets taking off out of Mackinac Island. It's a 3,500-foot runway, plenty of room. We are going to be heavy, so we're going to be patient with the takeoff. But we've got plenty of performance to get out of here with this runway and this wind right down the runway. And it should be beautiful. We're going to climb out over the water and just use caution, watch the airplane, and start our climb to the north back towards shore and pick up our IFR with Minneapolis Center. So the beauty of today and how amazing our experience on Mackinac Island was will probably set in with me tonight after we have cleared customs and we are in Canada and hanging out with our friends Annie and Marcus. Then I'll be able to kind of let my mind relax. But right now I'm running through my checklist in my head and I'm like, okay, we need to keep a rigid schedule, all that kind of stuff, because Canadian Customs is going to be waiting for us at Sault Ste. Marie. So we're about to take off out of Mackinac Island and fly 38 nautical miles north, IFR, across the Canadian border and clear Canadian Customs for the first time in my life and in your life.
In my life, yeah.
We've never been to Canada before.
Mackinac Island traffic, Skyhawk 809901 is taxiing on runway 08. Will be a Left turn out, VFR to the north, Mackinac Island.
Takeoff power set. Airspeed's alive. Well, pressure looks good, cylinders look good. It's 45 knots. 50 knots. There's 55.
First taxiway.
Pitch for VY.
Oh my god, what a perfect day.
Look how pretty this is. Engine seems happy. Wow. We rode bikes down there.
Mackinac Island traffic, Skyhawk 80901 just departed runway 8. We've made our left turn to the north. We're going to depart the area VFR to the north toward the mainland, Mackinac Island. Minneapolis Center, Skyhawk, November 80901.
November 80991, Minneapolis Center, go ahead.
80901 just departed Mackinac Island. Like to pick up our IFR to Charlie Yankee Alpha Mike.
November 80991, roger, you're cleared to the Charlie Yankee Alpha Mike Airport via direct, maintain 5000, squawk 3620.
Alright, we're cleared to the Sault Ste. Marie Airport via direct, climb and maintain 5000, squawk 3620, 80901.
November 80991, read back correct, and radar contact position checks, Mackinac Island, altimeter is 2995.
2995, passing 2,800 now, 80901.
Okay, thanks. November 2 Romeo Golf, we've been
Climb
flight
speed
level
70 to
180,
78, power set full mixture, lean as required, we don't need it.
Leave flight level 180, direct to Rosewood.
Elevator and crosser checked. Lights are on, flight plan is opened. We're talking IFR.
November 991, contact Toronto Center 132.65 today.
32.65, 80901, good day.
32.65. Alright.
Good evening, Toronto Center, Skyhawk, November 80901, 3,400, climbing 5,000.
November 80991, Toronto Center, good afternoon. Hey, this is Quebec. They're doing visuals on RNAV 12, 422. The altimeter
2992, we will let you know when we have information, Quebec, 80901.
Roger.
Okay, let's go to waypoint. ATIS, put it in COM 2.
Sault Ste. Marie Airport, information Quebec, weather at 2100 Zulu, wind 180 at 6, wind variable 150 degrees to 230 degrees.
Morningstar 7084, contact Toronto Center 135.5.
At 3,600, few clouds at 16,000, few clouds at 28,000, temperature 24, dew point 14, altimeter 292, IFR, approach, RNAV, runway 12, landing and departing, runway 12. Flow control in effect at Toronto International. Inform ATC that you have information Quebec.
Toronto Center, Skyhawk 80901 has information, Quebec at Sault Ste. Marie.
Okay, Roger, check that. And surface wind's now showing 200 at 6. You want a visual for 22 or you want to go for 12?
A visual for runway 12 would be great.
Okay, go direct to field, report the field in sight, sir.
Direct to the field, reported in sight, 80901.
This is one of my favorite days of flying with you.
It's been fun.
0 Uniform Hotel, contact Toronto Center 121.22.
Toronto Center, Skyhawk 80901 has Sault Ste. Marie in sight.
Skyhawk November 80991, you are cleared to the Sault Ste. Canadian Sioux Airport for the visual runway 12 approach.
Clear to the Canadian Sioux Airport for the visual 12, 80901.
So now I am going to go to the flight plan and set up a VNAV descent profile. Pattern altitude is going to be 1,600 feet. 1,600 feet.
You're gonna select the visual for runway.
I can. I mean, I'm just going to hand fly it.
Okay.
And November 80991, contact Canadian Sioux Tower 118.8.
118.8, 80901. Good day.
Good day.
Vertical track.
There it is. Hit VNAV.
Sault Ste. Marie Tower, Skyhawk, November 80991, information Quebec, full stop, runway 12.
November 80991, Sioux Tower, good day, runway 12, winds 2005, altimeter 2992. Report entering the zone.
Report entering the zone, 80991.
80991, Sioux Tower, roger, altitude at your discretion. Do you plan on joining a downwind or base?
I was planning to join a right base for runway 12, if that's okay.
Roger, no problem.
And we'll be going to the customs ramp when we land.
Okay, thanks.
That's the G3X warning us that we're about to enter the airspace, and I'll go ahead and give them a call.
Tower, Skyhawk 80991 entering the zone.
80991, Sioux Tower, roger. Your number 2, runway 12, following Slim traffic, just turning a left base, spacing is good.
Okay, looking for the traffic, we are number 2, 80991.
I'm gonna hand fly it from here. I like to take my knee board off for landing. Pre-landing, brakes pedal test, landing light is on. Barrel minimums are set. Autopilot is indeed off, so is the flight director. Seatbelt shoulder harnesses, you're fastened. We're coming full rich, I have the traffic over the threshold. Car beat, let's get it on. Fuel selector is indeed on both, and we're waiting for 85 knots for the flaps. Pre-landing checklist complete.
80991, Sioux Tower, traffic exiting Juliet, cleared to land, runway 12.
Clear to land, runway 12, 80991.
Minimums.
Runway in sight, continue. Pretty good crosswind. Power to idle. A little crosswind correction, and we're just gonna hold it in the flare. Eyes down the runway.
Great landing.
Thank you.
Welcome to Canada.
Yeah.
Go get your flaps.
Okay.
80991, Sioux Tower, you can taxi Juliet Foxtrot, cross runway 22 into the main apron. Customs is on the main apron there. Just monitor ground 121.7 on the way in.
Okay, monitor 121.7 Juliet Foxtrot across runway 22 straight into the customs ramp 991. Thank you. First time in Canada.
Oh, welcome to Canada.
Thank you.
Are we allowed to shut down?
Yeah.
Oh.
Just can't get out.
Yeah, arrive can is 8, X-ray.
Customs was a bit understaffed on this day, but they did ask for some information like passport numbers, arrive can confirmation number, where we're heading, etc. And they cleared us over the phone with a clearance confirmation number. You want to write this number down and keep it during your trip so you can present it to a Canadian official to show you went through the customs process if any sort of issue comes up. With our clearance complete, we can now step out of the airplane if we want to.
Ready?
Ready.
Ready?
Ready. Welcome to Canada.
Feels so different.
Yeah, the ground feels different.
We have 30 gallons of fuel, neither of us need a bathroom break, and we're loaded down with snacks already, so there's really no reason to taxi over to the FBO. With the sun dipping toward golden hour, we're just gonna fire up the engine and continue VFR down the island chain to the head of the Georgian Bay to Charlie November Yankee 3, Collingwood, Ontario.
November 80991, Sioux Tower, you're identified 1,300 feet. What's your planned altitude on course today?
Altitude checks, we're about to cross 1,400 now. Planned altitude 5,500, 80991.
991, Tower, roger.
And 80991, we were going to maneuver to avoid U.S. airspace unless you can authorize us to go direct Collingwood either way.
991, Tower, yeah, direct Collingwood's no problem. We control it all up here.
Alrighty, direct Collingwood, 80991.
Oh yeah.
And just like he said, like, nope, we're in charge of this airspace anyways, so if you cross the border back and forth to your destination, who cares? As long as you don't just, like, go and land over there, you know?
Yeah.
If we fly straight to Collingwood from Sault Ste. Marie, we'll dip in and out of U.S. airspace a few times, and I wasn't sure if crossing the Defense ADIZ back and forth was allowed if we're just flying around VFR. What it sounds like is basically as long as we don't land on the other side of the border and Toronto Center knows what we're doing, we're good. If you're ever in doubt about anything, don't be afraid to over-communicate and ask questions with ATC.
November 80991, Sioux Tower, you are clear of my control zone. Surveillance service with me terminates. Keep your squawk code and call Toronto Center now, please, on 132.65. They are expecting you. Have a safe flight.
Alright, 132.65, and we will keep the squawk code 80991. Good night, thanks for the help. Toronto Center, Skyhawk 80991, climbing through 3,500 to 5,500 VFR direct Collingwood.
November 80991, roger. Radar identified through 3,500 feet. And I'll have you on radar for a little bit, but eventually I'll lose you at 5,500. I'll let you know.
80991, roger.
You talk about nothingness. That's like Alaska desolate.
Cat 381,
There's
traffic
nothing that way.
50 miles, opposite direction 747,000 above. Do you want to go left to avoid wake?
Yeah, affirm. He's in say we'll take a left deviation for Jazz 381.
Jazz 381 approved. On course when
200 to go.
And Toronto from Jazz 381. Continuous late chop at 34 hours. Wondering if we could try 312.
Top Air 4391 in range. Contact Toronto Center 135.5. 135, copy in range. Contact 4391. Thank you. Good day. Good day.
I can't find the chocolate covered.
Oh, I know where they are.
Where?
They are on that wall, like up against the armrest. You want me to grab them?
Do we need to eat them or is this a bad idea?
Toronto Center, Skyhawk 80991. We're just going to make some slight maneuvers just to stay along the island chain, not go directly over the water to Collingwood.
And on November 80991, roger, I copy all that, and I'm going to lose you on radar soon anyway, sir, so I'll tell you what, your radar services are terminated. You can monitor this frequency for as long as you like, and the next one to monitor about 100 or so miles would be 3257 if you need any help.
Okay, 3257 in about 100 miles, and we'll go ahead and squawk VFR 80991.
You can keep that quote if you want, that's fine.
Okay, we'll stay on 1230991.
Roger.
This is the beauty of interfacing ForeFlight with a Garmin flight stream, because then we can just graphically make our own little flight plan, send it to the panel, and the autopilot's just going to fly it. You can take your life vest off if you want. We are within gliding distance of an airport, and that's the last bit of water we got to cross.
Question 668, contact arrival 1328, get in. 328, get in west, Chad.
That feels a little nicer.
The sights became more and more serene as the sun sank lower to the horizon, and with all of that water now behind us, we're inside of an hour from touching down at Collingwood for the night.
Toronto Center, Skyhawk 80991. If you've still got us, we can go ahead and cancel flight following. We have Collingwood in sight.
991, okay, check that, thanks. Yeah, I never did see you there. Wire altimeter is 2996, variable winds less than 2 knots. Have yourself a good night.
2996, we'll switch to advisory 80991. Do you want us to keep the squawk code?
If you're going to come out again, for sure, but if you're done for the day, you can use it for the ground, that's fine.
Okay, yeah, we're going to be done for the day, 991. Appreciate the help.
Vertical track.
Okay, setting altitude bug to 1700, and we're going to hit VNAV. VNAV is armed, altitude bug set 1700. Okay, altitude target 1700 set, instruments calibrated and cross-checked. Really good. Baro minimums.
Collingwood traffic, Skyhawk 80991 is over midfield, about to join the left downwind runway 13, full stop Collingwood.
85 knots, 1000, 1000, 1000, flap set 10.
Collingwood traffic, Skyhawk 80991, turning left base, runway 13, full stop Collingwood.
There's some terrain around here too, dang.
Collingwood traffic, Skyhawk
500.
80991, turning final, runway 13, full stop Collingwood.
That was 500 AGL, maintaining over 70 knots till we're on final, keeping it coordinated. Flap
There's
set 20.
Annie jumping up and down. Look at her.
Alright, runway's made, power's to idle. Welcome to Collingwood.
Yeah.
Final destination.
For today.
For today.
Hopefully not forever. I'll get your flaps.
Collingwood traffic, Skyhawk 80991 is down and clear of the runway, Collingwood.
So, to put into perspective how jam-packed and amazing today was, we started in Sheboygan, Michigan, flew IFR to Mackinac, explored the entire island, ate lunch, got ice cream, went on a hike, flew into Canada, cleared customs, then flew along the island chain down to the head of the Georgian Bay to rendezvous with Annie and Marcus in Collingwood by sunset. We left the airport after dark, grabbed some takeout pizza, and started to wind down with Annie and Marcus at their beautiful home in the hills outside of Collingwood. The next day, some of the helicopters left for a few days, so there was room to stick 991 in the hangar, which was perfect because there was some serious weather rolling in. I was introduced to what's supposedly a very Canadian dish of fries, cheese curds, and gravy. It's called poutine. It's probably the most unhealthy thing I could have ordered, but when in Rome, right? Or Ontario. We came back to the house and sat on the porch with cold drinks and chatted the afternoon away. Weather rolling in, airplane is safely tucked in a hangar, a cold drink, and good friends. This is my happy place.
Isn't it cool? It doesn't like make them susceptible to
In the days to follow, we took evening walks across their farm, checked out some beehives, and bought some honey. Chelsea made some homemade waffles with Canadian maple syrup. We took a cold plunge in the Georgian Bay, and we topped the whole stay off with Marcus picking us up in a helicopter at the farm for a rip around the town. There are so many moments that made our stay in Collingwood special, but when it really comes down to it, it's always the people that make a place feel special to me. And I can't wait to come back for more time in Canada with these awesome friends. Chelsea's gonna host a live stream on Instagram with all 4 of us roughly a week after this video posts to YouTube. We're gonna discuss the experience of crossing a border in a plane, all of the cool things we did in Collingwood, and take questions from all of you who are in the audience during the live. Be sure to follow all of us on Instagram to get the exact date and time of the live stream when we post about it. And you'll also be notified when we go live. Links to all of our profiles are down in the description of this video. In the next video, we'll be departing Collingwood VFR bound for Billy Bishop Airport in downtown Toronto to have lunch with the guy who's actually edited a fair amount of Aviation 101 videos in the past. I've never even met him in person before, and it's a perfect excuse to fly into this iconic airport and grab lunch right in downtown. Along with following us on Instagram, be sure to like this video if you did, subscribe if you haven't, and turn on those notifications right here on YouTube so you don't miss the next video. Until next time, everyone, you know the drill. I want you to stay happy, healthy, current, but most importantly, stay proficient. We'll see you in part 6 right here in Collingwood, Ontario. Fly safe.